What is a reason you are glad to be single? A lot of people I know who've ruined their lives did so over a lover. Whether trying to get one, keep them, or fighting someone else over them. Relationships can be very dangerous if you're too emotionally immature. Love really messes with your brain chemistry in a powerful way. It's such a potent drug. Especially when you add that to unhealthy dynamics. Makes the highs higher and the lows lower. Totally. I read that it takes a while for your brain's dopamine response to quit reacting so poorly after a breakup. It helped me through the early days of some bad breakups to know that time literally does heal. Undefined. Thanks. I really needed this today. No longer being forced to hang out with their friends. Especially when the friends are one-dimensional pretentious turnips. She's a sad tomato. Yo, that's a quality Ram reference. Learned to love myself without needing anyone else's words of affirmation after being single for the first time in a few years. I've been trying to work on this after being dumped 6 months ago. But haven't had much luck yet. Any tips? Undefined. Give it more time. Make an effort to find positive hobbies/adventures/things that you really enjoy and spend time at them. A happier you heals faster. Recognize what is really missing and find alternatives to fill those voids. Help others anonymously if you can. Could be as simple as holding the door for someone. Volunteering or helping to pay if you see someone short a few bucks. I do all of this because I enjoy helping people. I never have any expectations in return. Nor do I want recognition. I feel better about myself knowing I made someone's day a little better. Been working on this after walking away from an 8-year relationship. This is the best process I've found so far. Help people. But don't ever tell anyone that you did. That's key. I can sleep in the middle of the bed with the fan on if I want. I can also leave something on the table and come back 2 weeks later and it is still there. I could not say better. Better. Show off. Off. Shuts down. Opens down back up. I'm learning to navigate the world through the lens of my own needs and desires without worrying how I'm being perceived by a partner. I do not believe I will be a good person to be in a relationship until I can do that, so I'm happy to struggle with it. Also, I really love dancing poorly to LCD sound system while my dog watches with fear and judgment in his eyes. Not that I couldn't do that before. It's just so free to do it in my own apartment alone. Undefined. Thank you all for your funny, kind, and thoughtful replies. I love Reddit because of this kind of thing. Also, I know, but thanks for the awards. It's so sweet and made me feel better about the fact that I dance like a dumb ass alone. Had to move back in with my parents during COVID. Blasting music and bad solo bedroom dancing has definitely reduced compared to when I was on my own. 1 for LCD sound system. My main poisons were talking heads and PC music. I'm naturally very empathetic and a people pleaser. It's a part of my brain that goes into hyperdrive when I'm with someone I like. It's not even conscious most of the time. But it can be exhausting. It's nice that my brain can turn that part off when I'm alone. Also, I can wake up and go to sleep at any time I want without messing up my sleeping patterns. And middle of the bed. And not needing to check in with his plans. I'm a burnt out people pleaser. I'm learning how to put myself first and not just do everything I can to make everyone else happy. Same here. Good luck. It feels odd, but I've almost tried being kind of an asshole. Like doing things I think are selfish but in reality I have every reasonable right to do. For example, saying no if a friend asks for help with homework and I'm too busy with my own to do it. I sometimes still feel bad but also don't like being taken advantage of. So if you can get over the manufactured guilt like this, you should be good. Good luck. Christmas is coming and I have no stress and it's not expensive. Agreed. On top of loving that I can live alone. I just bought a house that needs furnished. So aside from the parents/siblings secret Santa, my money is mine to buy what I need and also share what I don't for a good cause. Donating to my local animal shelter this year. The only things stressing me are my own stressors. I don't have to help support someone else through theirs. Interestingly enough, I always hoped I could be the person someone would come to after a bad day. I also hated feeling helplessly unable to cheer my ex up when they had a bad day and I couldn't go see them. Theirs was nothing I could say or do as simple as listening or just being present that seemed to relieve my ex's bad days. She cheated on me, but I did love her. I hope she is doing well and happy. Mother, be honest, the cheating part kind of beeped me up. 5 years later I have no desire or interest to date someone seriously. The pain and embarrassment wasn't worth it and I'm totally happy and successful by myself. I feel like dating someone only leaves potential to take that from me. Not much they could add to my current situation. Maybe in a few years when my friends start having kids. Who knows? I was engaged but broke it off in July after putting up with a lot of disrespect from him and his family. I had quite a bit of money saved aside for our wedding, but now I can spend it on things I've wanted for a very long time. I am finally taking care of myself and learning more about who I am as an individual instead of being someone's fiancé. Kudos to you for seeing it for what it was and not going ahead with the wedding hoping things would change after you got married. I fell for that one. I'm sorry that you fell for it and for everything you must have been through. It's not an easy situation to be in, that's for sure. Personally, breaking it off was the hardest decision I've had to make, but I knew deep down it wouldn't change. I was cheated on. His family, especially his father, would make nasty comments about my body and my personality and things I am passionate about. And there was just a lot of bad things I knew I wouldn't be able to handle long term. So it was a painful decision, but ultimately for the best, I suppose. Good for you. Because I'd rather be single than be with someone who doesn't appreciate my love and affection. I used to hate love and affection. Fell in love. Loved affection. Now I'm the most affectionate person I know and have no one to give it to. We all love ya up. I can do whatever I want. Whenever I want without checking in with anyone. Also, no woman should have to be subjected to my toxic family. You shouldn't be subjected to your toxic family either. I shouldn't, but I don't have much of a choice right now. That's a mood. I hope you are able to get away ASAP. I know how it feels to be stuck with spooky people. I can do whatever I want and not feel guilty about spending time with no one. This was my exact thought. Do what I want. Whenever I want. As a married man with kids, this is probably what I miss the most. Especially kids, man. It's one thing to have a partner around to have to get permission from to do things. But kids is a whole different story. No matter what I want to do tonight. My kid is going to wake up at 7 a.m. Needs to be changed. Fed. Etc. I raised my 2 younger siblings, so I definitely know how it feels. I was around 3 when my brother was born and we would entertain ourselves for hours. 3 years later my sister came along and I was 6 years old. I had to take care of my little brother and sister. My mom would still feed and bathe us then. When I got to be about 8 is when I had to take care of the both of them full time. I had to take care of them until I was around 14 or 15, I wanna say. I bathed them, clothed them, watched them, babysat them, read to them, helped them with homework, played with them, taught them what I was learning in school, got them ready in the mornings and to go to bed at night. And I loved them so much. My parents were addicted to meth but now are much better. They were still around if we ever needed anything, and obviously they told us they loved us every day, but they were always either in the backyard shed smoking it or crashed on the couch or upstairs. We still had a good childhood. Well, as good as one can have living off of food stamps and $20 to $100 a week. We just didn't have internet or cable, and that was fine. We played outside and loved it. They're better now and we're making 80,000 or more a year now. I'm so close to my siblings and would do anything for them. I shielded them from the violence between our mom and dad. It was awful, but I couldn't let them see it to the extent that I had. I try to think that I did the best I could, and I love them so much more than just a sibling. They're my world. They were pretty much like my kids. They're both so smart and well behaved in school, and I'm so proud of them. It makes me so happy inside. Sorry I rambled, but anyway, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. You are an absolute saint. Thank you for letting me see this. No, thank you. I'm just glad people like listening. It always feels good to get it off my chest. I go to a therapist, but it just feels awkward to tell them those kinds of things, even though I've been seeing them for around 4 years. I'm female to male transgender and really hope to have kids one of my own one day. I also have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, unfortunately, and might not be able to. I'll always adopt though. Even if I can have my own. I want to have a huge family and a high-paying job one day. I want to save as many kids as I can from being in the system and let them know that someone does care about them, because me and my siblings were taken away twice, so all we had was each other. Ugh, I rant way too much. Sorry.